Or my PJs. That'd be so cool. Normalise wearing your PJs out, people.
This has all been cut out, so I don't know why you're saying that.
Hello and welcome back to the H&U podcast with your hosts
Himalay!
and Urvashi.
Why did you pause? Just say your name first, innit? You started it. If you can, please like, subscribe, and share.
If you like it.
If you like it.
Ew, what happened to the pointing? You pointed, not the hands, bro.
No, I'm pointing up in the sky. That's why I'm doing.
Yeah, sure you did.
Don't forget the the what do you call it? The post notifications. Okay. Feeling stretched, recently. Do you get what I mean by that?
Stretched?
Do you get what I mean by that? Feeling stretched. Being pulled in all directions.
Oh, 100%. Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you think that feeling is close to like when you feel like you've overworked yourself or you've like overbooked? You know when you double book, you can't cancel one or the other, and you're just like, well, I've dedicated now. I have to do everything.
Well, first of all, you can cancel because it is your choice.
Yeah.
But yes, it does feel like that indeed.
Mm-hmm.
It feels like that you haven't got enough time in the day to do what you want to do.
Yeah.
It feels like you can't focus on, or not focus. Yeah, no, actually, focus, or the saying goes, jack of all trades, but master of none.
Okay.
Do you understand that?
Kind of. I feel like I could maybe get like different versions of that, but I can't fully understand that one. It's like you're able to do a lot of things, but you haven't really mastered a single thing, kind of.
That's what it is, exactly.
Yeah.
It's not kind of, that's exactly what it is.
Okay.
And that's what it feels like. I feel like I know a lot of things, but I'm not a master of any of them things.
Okay.
And I'm not saying that's a bad thing. It's a good thing to have variable things. It's just, there comes a time where you want to focus on one thing and you somehow, well, I can't somehow focus on that one thing because my mind is somewhere else.
I get you. Yeah, no, it's a difficult one because when you do feel like that, it's almost like, well, what do you do? Because for me personally, when I cut back on things after making like dedications and stuff, I feel guilty. Like, for example, say we're gonna record the podcast one day. We said we're gonna record that day, but then something gets in the way. Either like I've got something else to do, or I'm just not feeling well, or But you have to be able to like give yourself that time, or like really look and be like, is this important? Yes, your health is important. If like you've got something and you can't back out from it, you've got to just communicate. I think the best thing to do is to just try and communicate your thoughts and feelings. So yeah.
But that's in that instance. You know yourself. Well, you should, but realistically, you should know who you how you are, right?
Yeah.
Inside, and how you feel inside.
Yeah.
And that is more important than anything else outside. Feeling like that. As of recent, anyway. And it's not like I've got a lot of things to do or I've got a little time to do. I think what happens is my mind runs a little too ahead of me. I think too ahead in terms of, if I don't do this, this won't happen, or
like the knock-on effect starts to get to you almost.
Yeah, and I forget often that I'm not living over there. I'm not living in the future. I'm living right now. I'm here.
The here and now.
It happened to me at work today where I was starting to feel like that I was going to have a panic attack because there's a lot of things going on. But I slowed down my breathing, which is a very helpful thing to do. And just remind myself I'm here right now and nothing is actually going on. I'm sitting in front of my desk, looking at the screen. I'm okay though.
Yeah.
Nothing's actually happening. Nothing actually going on that's going to threaten my existence.
Yeah. It's almost like you remind yourself that, like, you are here. You are okay. You are not in danger. Hopefully. Most of the time you're not anyways.
Yeah, but I'm not in that instance.
Yeah. Yeah. kind of got to convince yourself that everything you're thinking is almost just your doubts talking, and you got to, like, not listen to them. So when you control your breathing, that helps to regain the control.
Yeah, because you're focusing on your breathing and not everything else.
Mm-hmm.
Seeing the bigger picture. I guess that ties in with spreading thin in terms of the way you're thinking about something.
Mm-hmm.
You got to look at it at the bigger picture in the end of the day and say, this is just one of the days of many days that you're going to feel a certain way about anything and everything.
Yeah, I've started to have the realization of life is going to keep throwing hurdles at you. Life is going to keep throwing whatever it is, driving stuff, like work stuff, you know, home stuff, like home life stuff, whatever it is. You just have to remember, you are here, you are living, you're alive. Remember to be grateful. I know it's hard in them times when you're just stressed about everything. I mean, you saw it yesterday. I was just stressing and crying about bloody everything. And that everything to me, in the grand scheme of things, was nothing. Like, it was so minuscule compared to everything else that's happening in real time. But it's like I was in my head about a lot of things. I was emotional as fuck. And I just had to rant it out. And so I was just crying while I was talking.
I think that's more, though, with your emotions to do with code red. So
yeah, that's true. I've really bad cramps right now as well. But, you know, we move.
Right.
Yeah.
Seeing the bigger picture, yeah. Anyways. You've got to step back and be, like, how you'd look at a scenery.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like looking at the, like out on the beach. You look at everything and you're like, wow, that's crazy. But in order for you to do that, I think you got to understand yourself.
Yeah.
Going back to the whole thing about you should understand yourself. And if you don't understand yourself, great thing about that is you can find out if you want to.
Yeah. Start to reason with yourself.
Not
and
even
feel like...
Well, yeah, reason. But also, if you don't actually know how to understand yourself, that the whole thing as a whole, there's so many ways you can find out. And self-help books seem to do the job. And if you don't want to go down that route because you think that it's a bit silly, and obviously YouTube videos, but a lot of people, millions and millions of people talk about it, which is the important part. I think that's it as well, talking about it a lot more about how you think and well, just how you're feeling in general. Because what you're doing is you're telling your brain that this is a normal feeling instead of trying to shy it away, like put it in the back of your mind. All that'll do is just spring it forward later on.
Yeah, don't suppress your feelings or your thoughts because it'll just come out in other ways. And even ways you won't expect. It's not the best. So I would, definitely say that's definitely the way to go, is try and understand yourself first.
Yeah. Do you understand yourself?
I believe so. I think there's times when I surprise myself, but there's always a reason behind it. Like, if I've done something out of the norm, I'll know why that's happened. But then it's about how I act and go forward, you know? Do you think finding yourself is as important as it is, like, when you are in that whole, like, pit of, oh, I'm feeling like I'm stretched out, like I've got too much going on and stuff? Does that, like, when you get overwhelmed, do you think finding yourself kind of helps in them moments? Like, them moments help you find yourself when you are feeling stretched out. You start to realise your priorities a little bit, in a way. Like, because you know when you've, like...
It definitely makes you realise what, like, the whole thing about what's important to you, because then you start having to go down the priority list and be like, okay, well, that can be done another time. That this is this now. Okay, cool. That's more important than this. Yeah, it does make you realise the priority list that you make for yourself.
Yeah.
But in terms of finding yourself, no. I don't think they're all as important as each other. I think that you're finding yourself, that's the only way you're going to be able to find out what you do like and what you don't like. So if you don't even have that at the start, you kind of just run in circles, maybe, in the dark. You're just running in the dark. You don't know where you're going. Yeah. Because
I feel like, you know how people, there's a saying, like throwing you in the deep end not throwing you, but like
Yeah.
that's saying something about
Being thrown in the deep
being
end.
thrown in the deep end. Thank you. Like when you've thrown yourself in the deep end,
Mm-hmm.
when it comes to like all these commitments, and you are like prioritizing, reorganizing, you
Right.
start to realize what is more important to you,
Okay.
and perhaps that could change you and help you find yourself in terms of like,
Mhm.
okay, I found this pathway makes me feel this way, this pathway makes me feel this way. But I guess through experimentation, you find out what you like. So it's like
Mm-hmm.
when you are feeling certain types of way and how you deal with it
Yeah.
and how you react, it makes a big impact. And so the more you do different things and react to this a certain way, or like the way you handle situations,
Mm-hmm.
that can help you grow. You've gone up again.
We were the same level. That didn't do anything.
I'm still looking up at you like this.
You're going to have to look up. I don't know what this thing about you looking up at me and looking
I feel
down
like I'm
at you.
slouching too much.
Well, that's just you overthinking it, I think. Okay. When I stand up, you still have to look up at me, so it doesn't make a difference.
That's true. Do you ever have obsessive thoughts?
Yeah, but I shut them down straight away. When I say straight away, as soon as I acknowledge that I'm doing it,
Mm-hmm.
I'm going down that, I'll shut that down. Well, if I can get to it quick enough. Because there are times where I'll just go down that rabbit hole and dig until I'm like feeling miserable. But then I'm like, well, why did I do that? It was just, it doesn't exist
Mm-hmm.
outside of here.
Yeah, I've done that. Very recently, I've had so many, like, when I've overthought things, when I'm emotional. Why am I getting emotional right now, though? Do you know, so most of the time when we record, there's, like, at least, like, 10 seconds where I feel like I'm going to cry.
Yeah. Well, why do you stop yourself from crying? Because it's such a normal thing to do.
Well, I've deeped it. Well, first of all, it's because I don't want to ruin the conversation. And our conversation's not emotional when I do feel emotional. It's more of the fact that, like, I don't know, it's like a moment of realisation, like, this is cool. We're here right now. We're
Right.
recording. We're talking.
I think that, because this does happen to me as well when I'm going very close to a topic where I'm going to cry and I'm going to ruin, I'm not going to be able to articulate the right way what I'm trying to say.
Mm-hmm.
Breathing heavier, like taking deeper breaths, seems to help. Because when you breathe in, the more oxygen goes to your brain, and so you go, okay, that's where that kind of clarity comes through. Not all the time, but it does help kind of slow down
Yeah,
your thoughts.
that's good. I feel like even for me, even if I breathe heavy, I'll still cry. I'm just that emotional.
Yeah. But what were you going to say before you were going to cry?
I don't know. I forgot.
This should be your question. What did you forget just now? You forget a lot.
I do. It's bad. I forget so much.
Yeah, but the thing is, you don't think that it's just you that does that, because I think everybody forgets it, and then same thing with the whole, oh crap, shit, I swear I remember this. Sometimes I forget, like, little things, how I'll put my keys, that's such a simple one. Put my keys somewhere, you forgot where you put them.
Yeah.
Or the worst one is when you're looking for something and it's in your hand.
Oh, yeah. In your hand?
Yeah, it's in your hand, looking for your phone. Yo, I can't find my phone, man. Where is it? I'm speaking to you.
That's happened.
I'm speaking to you on it.
You're like, oh shit, you're right.
So dumb.
Do you think that's like, it's because we're too like dependent on our phones? That like, if it's not in our sight,
No,
we're like...
I don't think it's our phone. I think it's not even just the phone. It's a lot of things. You could do it with your keys as well. You're looking for your keys and it's in your hand.
Yeah. Or your sunglasses are on your head.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's kind of like our brain stops us from remembering that that's there.
It does. It's like a split second, you're like... And then you remember, you're like, oh, now I feel stupid. Because you're like, great.
Everyone's definitely had that panic attack, the tiny one, when you think you've like lost your phone or something like you're fucking feeling about.
Where's my phone? Where's my phone? What's my...
In terms of like what's factual and what's not, I don't think there's like a lot of misinformation.
Oh, yeah.
And what we think is true could be false, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, there's a bit of science and that to back up some things that are supposed to be true, but I don't think anyone is like 100% right on things.
Oh, yeah, 100%. I mean, I like to be very open-minded when something I'm doing, or when something I'm very used to doing, or whatever, or something I believe in is questioned. I don't straight off be like, go on the defensive, you know? Like, whether it's religion, like I've been asked, do I believe in God? Personally, yes, I have. But I'm not going to force that on somebody else, you know?
Yeah.
Like, these are my personal beliefs, and if somebody has questions about it, I'll be telling them my personal experience, but I won't be telling them that, like, oh, you should be doing this, you should be doing that. Like, everything's not science. Like, that's not how life
who
works.
are you to be doing
exactly. That? And if this could be the person I'm closest to in the entire world, I'm not going to, like, what's the word? I'm not going to, like, force my thoughts onto that person, or my beliefs, or my feelings, or anything.
Yeah, it's the beliefs, isn't it? Like, forcing your belief on it.
Yeah, like, I feel like when people get on the defensive about that, there's definitely some kind of insecurity there. Because you're not open-minded about things. You're not willing to listen. You're not willing to be able to, like, go back and forth.
Just willing to understand that person.
Yeah.
With the religion stuff.
Yeah.
I've met a few people that are very stuck in their own ways with thinking about religion. Yeah. Or not even religion, it could be with other things. They're just so adamant that they're right and you're wrong. And then when you realise it, you're just like, I'm just talking to a brick wall, let me just stop talking.
Yeah.
There's no need to talk anymore.
Yeah. No, it's true. I think everybody's been at that point where you're like, no, I'm right, and you start to slowly realise you might not be right. Do you carry on? Do you
no, some people double down on it. I know, I do it sometimes, but only for joke purposes.
You can tell when you're doing it for a joke with the eyes, you know, you're like, no.
Yeah. Nah, I said that, it's right. You don't know nothing. Yeah. I like that one. You don't know nothing. You don't understand, okay?
You don't know what I'm talking about.
That's how you end the conversation. You know when someone says you don't understand? One of them ones, finished.
That's a no-go. Would you ever go get your nails done?
Nails done as in, like, get him, like, looking neat? Yeah. But getting nail varnish and stuff, no.
Okay.
I don't think I would.
Okay.
I don't think I need to.
It's a personal choice.
Yeah. I would like to get a pedicure. Is it called pedicure?
Manicure.
Pedicure. Pedicure's feet.
Yeah.
Who names these things?
I have no clue. But there's a mani-pedi, manicure, pedicure.
Oh, mani-pedi. I get that. I never got it. I was like, oh, I'm getting a mani-pedi. Like, that just one of them. It's one of them, but they're both there.
Manicure, pedicure. I'm getting a mani-pedi.
Yeah. Why do you say it in American accent when you say it?
I don't know. It's just nails in it. No, but I asked because a lot of men are still very stuck in the, ew, no, that's a lady's job. That's a woman's thing to do. But nowadays, a lot of men would actually look at the nails and be like, you know what, no.
Personal hygiene, there's nothing wrong with it, man.
Yeah. Like, you'd be open to doing that.
I think me, personally, with all nails, it's all self-care.
Mm-hmm.
Your face, washing your face, putting, like, cream on it, that's self-care as well. That's something that I put in my routine now for sure.
Oh, yeah?
And it's more to do with, like, feeling good about yourself, innit?
Mm-hmm.
I think when I started, and then at first, initially, I was like, oh, why am I doing that, blah, 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 you know, the whole stereotype thing. Yeah. And now I'm kind of over it, because I like it, and why should I stop something? Why should I stop doing something if other people don't like it, or like the judgments of others?
Yeah.
Well, what's the point of that? Because then you're stopping doing what you enjoy doing, and then...
Yeah. Don't let the judgments get to you. Yeah.
Where's your fun?
Mm-hmm.
I think that's what happens a lot in school nowadays. Anyway, now, like, for sure, everyone's trying to compete with each other, which sucks. But I guess that's just the nature of the school ground.
Mm-hmm. Trying to fit in, trying to,
trying to mould yourself into the group.
Definitely. I mean, this reminds me of, the train dude. Francis something.
Oh
I'm
yeah,
very
yeah.
sorry, I
I
forget
know who
name.
you're talking about.
Yeah, like, I like the fact that he embraced the fact that he loves trains. I mean, look at where he's at now, doing brand deals with Gucci and things. And he gets to do it through following his passion, doing something he loves. Like,
Yeah.
he's spoken up so much about, like, oh my god, I used to, like, you know, hide the real me, hide my excitement for trains, hide the fact that I love trains just to try and fit in. It's not worth it, because his uniqueness is the thing that's, like, he's known for now. Like, he's a train dude, you know, like, he's known for what he loves. And it's very true. Like, you need to be able to get past everybody's judgments as well as your own, because sometimes you kind of trick yourself to be like, well, nobody else likes this, why do I like this?
Yeah.
Nobody else understands it, why do I like it? Why do I understand it? You know?
Yeah.
And that's, once you get past that and you're able to see what you really want to do, what you really love, what it's like, don't let anything stop you.
Do you feel like you've gone past it?
I don't think I've gone past it. I think I'm going through it. I'm still in the stage where I'm very adamant on my passion and wanting to follow it. Now it's just a matter of the follow through, like experiencing different styles of photography and videography, and then eventually I want to go into like cinematography. I think that would be really cool.
That would be cool.
But yeah, no, I mean, I'm loving what I'm doing currently. As much as when I get home I'm extremely tired, I absolutely love it.
Good.
And so I'm very, very, very happy where I am right now. But yeah.
Nice. That's good. You're going through it.
Exactly. Yeah. And now it's literally just a matter of time before I'm exactly where I want to be. I mean, right now I'm exactly where I want to be. Yeah. I think at this stage in life, like, not even about my age, because for some reason my age came to mind, where I was like, at my age, because you could reach your goal at any age. I mean, there's people younger than us that are like where they want to be completely successful, you know?
Yeah, and there's people like the guy who created Kentucky Fried Chicken, KFC. He was 60-something when that blew up.
Really?
Yeah, he was an old man.
Oh my god.
That story is really interesting about him.
I've not heard it.
Yeah, he basically tried for a very long time to start his business and all that stuff. I don't know if I can't remember exactly, but he had, of course, created the chicken, like the whole spice, everything. And then at that age, I think I'm going to cut this story out because I don't remember much about it. But yeah, he was an old man. And that's when he, not created, it's just KFC blew up.
Over time, yeah.
That's where KFC blew up. He was at 60-something though. That's the main thing. He was old.
But he was consistent.
Yeah.
Throughout the years. And that's why it, like, you know.
That's why it's a beautiful story, because he did it at an older age. You can be at your lowest lows from the ages of 20 to 40 and then 41, and that's where your life changes. That's where you change your life.
Yeah.
And a lot of people realise that at an early age, and that's good. That's even better. You get to fix up and sort your life out and have a longer time and like that. But don't think that these moments will stay forever. I was listening to not a podcast, but it was like a round table with all these actors. I'm sure people have seen it before on YouTube. And Tom Hanks said this. I think it was Tom Hanks anyway. He goes, you could be on top of the world. You could be celebrating. This too shall pass. You can be in the worst moment in your life. You feel like and there's no hope at all. This too shall pass. This moment will pass. You can be highest and lowest. The moments will go. You just got to keep consistent and keep moving in the direction, that's right. And you don't. That's the thing, though, with that. I don't know why I said it like that, because you don't know if it's right or not until you go through it.
Yeah, and how you come out of that situation. But it's true. Everything. I mean, that's what makes me feel better when I'm down. Is like I know that it's temporary. It's always going to be temporary.
Yeah.
Even the happiness, it's going to be temporary. As sad as that is to say, but like down to your core, if you know how you're feeling is in your control and it's temporary, you can make it last longer. And I'm saying that in terms of if you are very, very upset, very, very, very upset, you could literally, if you're very self-aware and you're able to hack that thought of like, this is gonna pass. Like, I'm gonna get through this. I know I feel like shit right now. I'm gonna let myself feel like shit. You get to decide for how long. We've
That's what I was
spoken
gonna
about
say.
this before.
Let yourself feel like shit.
Yeah.
Don't try and hide it by trying to do something completely
Oh
different.
yeah, no,
Well,
not hide it. But
I don't know. There's a fine line though with it, because you can change the way you feel by doing something completely different. Like, you feel like crap, and I do this a lot, where I do feel like I'm not achieving what I want to achieve, and not where I want to be, and I'll go for a run. That's a completely different environment. I'm pushing myself. I'm doing something that's hard, but I know that will help me. And whilst I'm going through the emotions of working out or whatever it is, working through my thoughts,
yeah.
that seems to help. So you can like change just by like doing something completely different to what you're doing, and it does work. However, you've got to allow yourself to feel those feelings. Even
100%.
after you could feel a little better, but if you're still feeling a little bit shitty, then
That is okay.
yeah, man,
Yeah.
you got to feel what you feel.
Mm-hmm.
And that comes down to understanding yourself.
Yeah.
There'll there'll be a time where you're like, okay, that's enough now, time to move on.
Yeah. You'll know when
You'll
it is
know.
that time, and if you don't, then like I mean.
No,
that
there's
kinda...
not even don't. You will. You got that, but again, like, it's just working through those emotions.
Yeah, I mean, I'm thinking about the people that aren't able to see they're able to work through their emotions. Like, for example, people that are depressed. Like, sometimes it's they're in so much darkness they
But
can't
have you
even see.
experienced depression?
Personally, no.
So
I think maybe I've been close to it, but at like points in my life. But it's never been like full, like depression. You know.
What, close to feeling like you want to end?
Almost.
See, because I don't. What do you mean almost?
Like, I've had the thought, like, you know, when you have obsessive thoughts, and you're like, what if I died right now? Like, what if I ended my existence?
So you've had the question.
Yeah, like, but more so for the fact of I wanted to see, like, in my brain how it would work for the other people, you know? Because I'd be gone anyways.
Mm-hmm.
How would that impact everyone around me? How would that impact... Because people can't think that when they are that, you know? So that's why I know I've never been fully, like, you know... But I don't think I've ever been depressed or depressed enough to feel like I'm depressed. I've always been able to, like, feel the lows really, really low, but still go through my day, still have a positive and happy mindset, you know? As emotional as I may be, as many times as I'll cry that day. Like, yesterday was a good example. Like, I cried a lot, and I was very upset.
Mm.
But I got through it.
Again, this, I think, example is kind of skewed a bit because you are on your period, and I think that you have to take that into consideration.
Oh, of course. I know that's
because you say
why
yourself that you're more emotional when you're going through it.
And I'm a very emotional person without that time of the month, but with it, it's like on drugs.
Yeah,
it's
10
like,
times more.
Yeah, especially the pain. I get hurt very easily. I find everybody so much more insensitive because I deep everything that's being said to me.
Right.
And so it's just like, I had this thought literally, like, I think it was yesterday or the day before. I was like, living in a world full of insensitive people and being one of the most sensitive people you know, it's very hard. So why not just change that? And then the other part of me was like, well, no, fuck that. I'm not going to change myself just because everybody else around me is insensitive. I'm not just going to become what everybody else is. That's not me. I've always been a sensitive person.
Yeah.
And that's a part of me I don't want to change because
But sometimes you might take someone's, to you thinking that they're insensitive, but to them, they've done nothing of the sort.
Yeah.
And then in that case, I think that's something that you need to look into. Because then they could come out and say, well, I didn't mean it like that. You took it like that. Yeah, but
that's the thing. People can be insensitive without realizing it. But then
you've taken it, though, that way. Again, like I'm saying, like, I could be saying something and you might have taken it that way of it insensitive, but I didn't mean it like that.
Yeah, there was no insensitive intentions.
There wasn't.
Yeah. But I think there's always more to it. you know.
I don't know, because then I think you're reading too much into
I
it.
don't mean with the person that said it. I mean with the person that's on the receiving end. If you think that someone's done something or said something that's insensitive or hurt you in some kind of way, whether they had the intention or not, that means you have to look deeper into what's just happened. The person that's
So let's say in this
got hurt,
instance,
yeah.
you have to look more into you about what's going on.
Because then I've done that before. Being the person that is the sensitive one and will take things and like I never go on the defensive though. I always just tend to go to being hurt, and then I'll say like, oh well, that was fucking rude, or like, you know, you hurt my feelings, you're a dickhead or whatever, and I'll just stomp off and deal with it on my own, and then get back and be like, I was just going through it, man. Like, you've seen me, like, he's seen my mood swings when one day I'd be, not even just throughout the day, I'd be like, really, really happy, really emotional, really happy again. I'm upset now, I'm tired, I'm, you know, whatever. There's so many, it's like a roller coaster.
The thing is, though, I don't think you're the only one who does feel like that. I know you're saying that you're sensitive, but I go through that too throughout the day.
Oh, yeah.
There's a lot of emotions, more emotions that they were saying humans nowadays, because of the phone and so much interaction with so many different things that you see, so many stimuluses. We think way more than we should. And that's a normal thing. It's just how we navigate through that.
Yeah. I mean, it's a lot, but life can be a lot sometimes. So.
Life is going to be a lot. There's not going to be a time where your life's going to be plain and quite... Well, no, that's a lie. There will be a time, but
temporary.
like that, this too shall pass.
Everything, yeah. But I guess having that in mind and like being able to decide your mindset, that helps. Even like I said, just try and keep a positive mindset.
You keep a positive mindset, but then also you got to have that discipline to be...
Oh, yeah. To get through, like...
Okay, well, I've decided to do this. You have to commit to it.
100%.
It was an amazing thing. There was an amazing interview that I watched of Kobe Bryant, R.I.P., man. And he said himself, for the summer, if he'd made a training plan, there's no negotiations. You've said that you're going to do it. You're doing it. That's how it works.
Yeah.
And I like that. That's just so straight arrow.
Straightforward, yeah.
That's the direction I'm going. I'm going there. And that's how I think people hit goals. You make your goals and you go there.
Oh, yeah, 100%.
It's just annoying when you allow yourself to get in the way, you self-sabotage and you do all these other things to stop yourself from going like this and more like this.
Or like, yeah. That's an accurate representation of most lives. Yeah. Like cutting corners. Do you think there's a whole, like, when it comes to cutting corners, when you have that determination and you start to feel yourself cutting corners, do you think that's when you should just be like, right, I'm not cutting no corners, I'm going to carry on? Or do you think sometimes cutting corners is okay? I mean, I get that it does definitely depend on what it is, obviously.
Okay, I'll say this. I read a post that says the laziest people are the smartest people because they find the quickest way to get things done.
Hey, I'm lazy.
Me too. But going back to what you said, sometimes you can find a quicker way to do things. However, it might not be the right thing to do or right way to do it. And that's where it becomes a problem with cutting corners.
Yes, I agree. And that can also lead to feeling stretched out. When you've left something long enough, or you've now got that much on your plate, you expected next week you'd be free, you can get shit done, right? You said you'll get this one thing done. And then all this stuff starts piling on. That thing is now left in the corner. You're not going to do that.
Well, no, that's where your discipline has to come in. Because if you say you're going to do something, you have to fucking put your head down and just get it done. You got to work like a dog sometimes. I feel like that right now. I feel like I'm working like a dog right now. And I think that's going to be like that for the rest of the year. And I don't mind that if it's just a 1 year out of the many, many years that I'm going to have a good time. That's how you got to think about it. Again, go looking at the bigger picture. Sometimes you got to just, get your hands in the dirt and fucking go and get shit done.
Oh, yeah. Do you think it's like a sacrifice for your future?
Yeah. Or what? It is what it is. That exactly.
Yeah.
You got to sacrifice. It takes a lot of effort. but the sacrifice is worth it in the long run.
You have to be willing to do it, and the why
Yeah,
has
man.
to be big enough.
Yeah, you got to sacrifice a bit. You can't just have it
Yeah.
all. You got to put things aside. No, actually, let me scratch that. You can have it all, but in order to have it all, you got to sacrifice. Question of the day. What are you afraid might happen?
I might die. But I'm not actually afraid of that, because
I was
that's
gonna say-
inevitable. That was just the first thought.
No, but then again, some people do have a fear of dying.
They do.
So that is a fear, but is that yours?
No, mine's more about, like, loved ones dying than anything. But I'm gonna go with, like, right now in this moment, what am I afraid of? Probably not being as determined as I am right now. I think if I let loose and I start to let go of my goals and I start to let it all unravel, that's what I'm afraid of. When I'm just, like, I'm going, and everything's going great, and then I just give up.
Yeah.
I just let go. You know? I don't want that. I want to keep going.
That's the beauty about that fear, that it's up to you whether you want to keep going or not.
Of course, I need to also learn when to make the exception. If I'm in too much pain, if, like, health-wise, if I'm, you know...
Yeah,
if
health comes over everything.
Oh, yeah. That's when I'm like, okay, now you need to just, like, find a way, pull it back a little, like, give a little time for yourself, give yourself a day, give yourself 2 days, whatever you need. And then, yeah. Even if I'm, like, fully focused still, but my health is, like, say I'm ill, like, really ill, like, can't come into work ill, and I still want to go work. No, you're not trying to risk everybody else getting ill. That's just way less unproductive.
Yeah.
Way less unproductive.
Well, it's a good way you're thinking about it, but I think some places where you work don't think like that. They'd rather have you, well, sometimes they see you as just a number. And that if you don't come in, you don't have to come in, they'll just sack you and replace you. There are some places that feel like that.
Yeah.
But it's good that you prioritize your health over everything. I think everyone should.
Yeah.
Because without your health, you're kind of, shit.
It's true. Nothing else truly matters. Like, I remember reading something where it was like, every single little thing in your life can feel like that's everything, or a little thing could feel like, this is my world, this is everything, this means everything, until you feel sick, until you fall ill, until everything goes to shit, because you can't do shit when you're ill. Like,
not gonna lie,
you need to recover.
I've done it. I've been very bad at this, but I've just powered through colds and been ill, and the only person I'm hurting is me.
It's true.
I'm not letting myself rest or give myself the little break, because I'd always think that I'm not working hard enough, and that was something that I had to work on, and think I worked on enough to be like, I'm okay to have a rest day. Like this weekend, that's majority of it is just going to be rest. Yeah, so I'm looking forward to that. What thing am I fearful of happening?
Yeah.
I'm fearful that I won't achieve everything that I've set out to achieve.
Yeah. Very similar.
That I'll end up being, very, very similar.
Yeah.
And again, that's the beauty of it, is that I can be in control of it, but it still is a fear.
It's true.
There's a lot of temptations out there.
Oh, yeah.
That can curve you, and as mad as it is, I wouldn't have it any other way. For those temptations to be there, not because these are all tests.
Oh, yeah. 100%. But also, the fact that we feel this way is just showing, like, forget about everybody else, but to ourselves, you are grinding right now.
Yeah.
You are doing enough. Forget about enough, you're doing, like, you're exceeding your own expectations, because you're feeling like you're actually doing something. You're achieving things, which is why you have that fear. Because we wouldn't have any fear if we weren't doing anything.
I don't know about that, because right now I don't feel like I'm doing anything. Like right now I don't feel like I'm not achieving anything, or I'm supposed to be. I feel like I'm not where I want to be. And these are just things that I'm working on.
Yeah. But this is exactly where you're supposed to be right now, in order to get to where you need to be.
I am here. That's the fact.
Yeah.
But there's no other way that I can be over there or over there. I'm here.
Yeah.
It's an interesting thing.
It is.
And I'll leave you on this, if I remember it. And it's gone. So let's leave it here.
This is up to both of us. Also, real quick, when Hims used to be ill, he'd never want to take medication. He'd be like, nah.
No, I never have.
I'm going to naturally
But
do it.
I still haven't taken medication when I'm cold or anything.
Yeah, but I feel like that is your form of self-sabotage more than anything else. Because you could
I don't
recover
think so.
in a quicker manner or a more healthy manner.
Here's why I don't like taking medicine, okay?
Okay.
Give me a medicine that will heal me tomorrow.
But that's the thing. Everything's gradual.
Hold on. You can't. Everything that I'll take is just numbing the pain, so to help you deal with it. But what if whatever I get, like a cold, I'm already dealing with? Like, I'm already dealing with it, like as it is.
Such a bad way of looking at it.
No, it's not, because I feel like I am capable of dealing with it as it is.
Okay, but that doesn't mean
And allowing
everybody
my
that's
body to
taking
naturally-
medicine.
Yeah, but I'm not shunning anyone to be like, oh, don't take medicine. Oh, don't do that. You can't take medicine. That's so... Oh, stop being a pussy. No, that's not the case. I'm just saying, me personally, I don't like taking medicine. Because I don't like the idea that this thing numbing you. I get that people do want to take it. You know, if it gets too bad, then you take it. But me, it doesn't get too bad to the point where I need to take it. There was only one time I took meditation, which is so funny actually. We went to the gym, it had been ages since.
Mm-hmm.
And cousin Rish, shout out Rish, took me to the gym, and he at the time he was hitting gym real hard, yeah?
Mm-hmm.
So he took me with him. Mind you, I haven't touched weights in like 3 months. We did a leg day. The next 3 days, I was in so much pain, I had to take painkillers. And it didn't do anything, obviously. It was that bad, I had to take painkillers. You've got footage. If I find the footage, I'll show you here. Of me walking and we were going to bowling. I look like I've got problems. I look like I've got problems. Yeah. It's right here. I'll show you. I think I'm going to be recorded anyway.
Probably do.
Yeah.
Right.
Anyways.
Thank you so much for watching,
If
guys,
you made it to
and
the end,
girls,
thank you so
everybody.
much. Please like again,
And
subscribe again.
And share if you like it. If you like it.
Yeah.
Palm.
If you like it.
Yeah. And turn on
the post notification video thingies.
Yes, please. Goodbye. See you next week.
Peace.